Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Sally here. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be working on my Grimoire, my Witch's journal. So just wanted to show you what I've done so far. I've been working on this one. I've actually pressed this now and I've just tucked all the edges in just to neaten it off, just so I can see how it's looking. I'm really pleased with how this has turned out so far. I'm loving what I've done. I've just done some little, I just got some little scrap fabrics. I just cut a little square and then kind of tucked all the edges under like that and just sew them down, just so it kind of looks like a little bit like mending patches, just so it kind of makes it look a little bit more oldie. So those are on now, and I've just decorated the scrolls, and I've kind of left it at that because I just wanted to give myself a bit of breathing space, really, just to see, do I need to put anything else on it? I don't think I need to put anything else on it as in decorations, but I am thinking, shall I seed stitch the background? But I'm having to think about that because obviously once you start seed stitching, it takes a long time, and I'm thinking, will I regret it or not? So I don't know. I'm just going to leave that be as it is for now and call it kind of finished. So I'm really happy with how that's turned out so far. So that's that one, the front page, and I've been working on my back page. I have put a picture, I think I put a photo on when I've just started doing this. Say I'm doing seed stitch for this. This is the curtains now are all kind of coming together, and it's taking quite a long time because I'm seed stitching them. I've put little patches on this one as well. I love the effect that's creating. Just kind of like makes them look a little bit more shabby. I've also done my sigil as well, which I don't know whether you can see from there. Let me just bring it up. Let me just stand up so I can show you. It's kind of like, I don't know whether you can see the colours. So I've used several different colours on that, just to make it a little bit more interesting, so it's not as flat. So that's where I'm at the moment with this, and I'm just working through the seed stitching, which is going to take a couple more days to do. And the problem is, because it takes up a lot of thread as well, that's all the thread I've got left. So luckily I have got a DMC colour guide book thing that I can kind of like place it on, and I know what colour. I do know this is DMC because for some reason, you know how you get the tags like that. I'd picked this one up and it hadn't got the number on, it had just got the DMC thing on. So I didn't actually know what colour it is. So I've kind of had to go along and just kind of try and see which one match it is. So I've found it anyway. So I have ordered some more. So I'm waiting for a delivery so I can finish what I've got, and then I'll have to wait for the rest to come. But hopefully it'll only be a couple of days before it's been dispatched. So I'm just waiting for it to arrive. So that's my back page at the moment. I haven't done anything else decoration wise to the inside, but I will be doing something because obviously it's bare here. I did want to put my name and date down at the bottom, but I still feel it's a little bit too bare. So I may even write the word, because this is the creativity my word was, so I may even write creativity, I don't know, or something else. I'm thinking about that at the moment, what else to put on there, but I've got plenty of time, so that's where that one is at the minute. And then today I'm going to be moving on. Like I say, it is quite fast-paced, this is, so this is my next 2 pages. So this is a 2-page spread that I'm going to be doing. You don't have to if you're following along. You can just do one. It's up to you. Everything's up to you, really. You just adapt it as to how you want to do. Before I go any further as well, can I just say a shout out to all the lovely people that have posted already their works. Sharon, Patsy, Anne, Lisa, Denise, Pat, and also my lovely friend Christy. They're all joining in, and I've been really enjoying just looking at your work and like zooming in and see all the little bits and pieces, the pumpkins and all the stars, you know, all the different little bits and bobs and shield and stuff, everything that you've been putting on your pieces just to make it individually you. So I'm absolutely loving the pictures anyway. And also a special shout out to Marilyn as well, because Marilyn's put a really helpful sheet on in the group for how to do sigils. So that's another thing, and I love the curly ones that you can do as well. So yeah, have a look on the Facebook page .be slow stitching, and you'll find all of the pictures and also what Marilyn's put on as well to help you with your sigil if you're still struggling. So that's that. So we're going on to altar today. So this is kind of like my just rough version. I haven't been putting down detail, you know, inspiration, words that I can, you know, will help me. So what we're going to be doing is, if I just move out the way a little bit, let me just move out the way a little bit and bring down. I am sticking at the moment with what these, you know, these napkins that I had when I showed you. I've got 8 of them, so I could do 8 pages. So at the moment, I'm going to stick with what I've got so far, and I'm going to use 2. I don't know whether you can see the colour difference here. One is quite whitish, one is quite creamish. So I'm kind of liking that they're kind of like different shades. And then doilies. So the doily, I'm just seeing how much you can see. If I do that and that, can you see everything? No, you can't really, can you? I'll bring it down a little bit. Okay, so the doily is going in the middle. So I'm thinking that one. I love that one. But, oh, no, don't. I do. But I also love this one as well. I think that one's going in the middle. So that one's going there. And then that's kind of, that's where I was at. Doily in the middle, that's what I was thinking. But I've got all these other lovely doilies here, and I'm just thinking, shall I add some more? Why not? What's that there? Is that just a bit of fluff? Yeah, that one and that one, and I thought I'd do that one that way. May overlap a little bit, but it doesn't matter too much. So I'm kind of thinking that's going to be my base. So what I will do is I will stitch this together, this bit here, I will stitch this together. Then I will stitch on all of my doilies like so. It's going to go in the middle like that, and I think that just about joins up, because some of them are a little bit, might just have to stretch them to fit. Some of them are they're not all quite the same size, I have discovered. I think it was that one there that was a little bit, one of them's a little bit smaller anyway than the others, but we'll we'll face that when we need to, if I need to. Just thinking, is that the right way or is that the right way? Oops, just gonna mess everything up, put that back. I think that is, I got these the wrong way, didn't I, last time? That's the right way on that one. Probably need to do that first. Let's do that first. Yeah, that is the right way. So I think that one's going to go, I don't think it's going to go up in that corner, or that, it's going to go in that bottom corner there. And I think that one, I wonder if that one could go in that corner there. And it's not going to, can you see how they're not quite, perhaps it can go in the top corner. Yeah, that's kind of right, okay, it's going to go in the top corner, that one is. So a bit of balance there. So once I've sewn those 2 together, again, I don't know which is the front and the back, I think that's there, so that's going to go there. And then that one is there, that's right, that looks nice there, like that. And then this here is going to go like that. Again, I don't know which is the back and the front. I think that's the back, that's the front. So it's going to go like that, and maybe, like I say, a little bit of overlapping, but something like that. Okay, now with your altar, air is up at the top, north, fire down south, and we've got water in the west and air in the east. So I'm going to, I think, going to be typing those out on my typewriter, just little labels. Now, for earth, we're wanting some kind of depiction of earth. So that could be something like soil. I'm not expecting you to do soil, but that's kind of like one of the things that it said. Soil, crystals, which is a nice one. Fossils, flowers, leaf, anything kind of natural like that. So I've got this little piece of embroidery here. This was sent from Australia, from Christine, from Create and Craft at Christine. Hello, Christine. So I thought that would be perfect. I'm going to trim it down a little bit, but that, and there will be some overlappage as well, but that's going to go in my north section, in my earth section there. So once it's kind of trimmed down a little bit, I'm going to embroider around it and make a feature of that. So that's going to be my earth. And then for, let's go over to the west, is water. So that can be things like shells, it can be water. You could do, let me just grab my pencil, you know, like little waves. Kind of like that, kind of, you know, all different patterns like that. Fish, starfish. I did a little starfish there, but I have decided to do like a clamshell with a pearl inside. And then what I thought I would do is with my, I've got some other pearl buttons here. I thought what I would do is just, I've had a quick look through. That's quite a nice sized one there. Look at that. Oh, there's that one there as well. I like that. I'm going to have one of those other pearl buttons inside for my pearl. So that's going to be in my west side here. Now, because this is all bumpy and I can't sew and embroider on this very easily, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a lovely bit of linen and I'm going to be drawing my clamshell on there, embroidering it on there, and then cutting it out and popping it on. So all of mine are going to be separate elements that are going to be put onto my piece. So if we pretend there's the shell there, then let's go over to the east. So the east is air. So things that represent air, wind, feathers. So I'm going to be doing a feather, and I've had a couple of attempts at drawing feathers. There's one there, that kind of thing. That I've got that one there, but I couldn't quite get it right. And then I saw one similar to this on Pinterest, and I thought I'm going to have a go at drawing that. And I like how it swirls and just think that would be quite nice. So again, I'm going to be tracing that and I'm going to be popping it onto a piece of linen and then embroidering it separately and then popping it on here. And then for the fourth thing down at the bottom is fire. So anything that depicts fire. So you could have a fire with, with logs and flames. You could just have a flame itself or a candle. So I'm going to be doing a candle. So that's my candle again. And again, I'm going to be doing it separately and then embroidering it onto here, appliquing it onto here. So they're my 4 elements put on. And then it's just a case of, this is your altar. So it's a case of like giving your gifts to the gods, if you like, and offering up different gifts. So what I thought I would do is I'll have a rummage to see what I've got. And I've got some little charms. So I've got a pentacle there, which is quite apt. I've got stars. I don't think that one's probably a bit too chunky, so I'm not going to probably use that, but I do like it. A key. Now, keys they invite new opportunities, and they can also lock out harmful influences. So embroider a key, attach a key on there. Got that star there. That's quite a nice star. I've also, I did think about that for my pearl inside, but I think it's going to be a little bit too chunky and I'm not sure how I would actually attach it. I've got a pearl bead there. You could use a bead for that. I've also got some sequins, some stars. So I could pop some of those over there, or you could even just embroider stars on. Just little things to offer up. So again, I may put on some more buttons. These are all lovely mother of pearl buttons. Oh, for those ones, aren't they sweet? Pop a couple of those on. Anything that you've got, just have a look through your trinket. If you keep a trinket jar, or just little bits and bobs that you've got, buttons, anything to offer up to make it look lovely and pretty. But you don't have to have actual physical things. You can actually embroider a key. There's also, since all the symbolisms, like the evil eye. If you've seen the evil eye, you could do that. That keeps away, wards off evil spirits. Stars, moons. How about a horseshoe, lucky horseshoe or lucky clover? Just different things that you can think about that kind of, if you think about, when you like in the garden, you're looking for 4-leaf clover. So that's kind of like something that you would think about as a lucky thing that could go on. Anything that you can think about that just gives you luck or you like. It doesn't have to necessarily actually mean anything deep. It could just be something that you like. So that's my altar. That's how I'm going to start my altar. So I think that's probably it for today. I'm not going to do any stitching today. I will do a little bit of stitching, and then I'll pop some pictures onto the Facebook group anyway, just to see how my progress is, and then I'll come back in a couple of days and just show you how I'm attaching my things and embroidering my different bits and bobs. So that's where we're at the moment. So I'll pop that there in case you want to have a look at that. That was just different notes that I'd made. And what I will also do is I will do a sheet for these here, these drawings, if you want them, and they will be, if you've already accessed the group, then if you go to file, I think it's in file, and then it will say, the first one said Grimoire, that's with the writing for the first page. This one I will just put something like Grimoire motifs or something like that, and they will be in there if you wanted to use them as well. So hopefully by the time this goes out, that will be in there as well. If it isn't, it will be there in shortly, so don't panic. And I haven't forgotten about it, I just haven't had time to do it straight away. So that's that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you create, and happy stitching, everybody. So see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.